The year is 1969, and the legendary Indiana Jones is preparing to retire from his teaching career. However, when his goddaughter returns after years of silence, she begins to talk about an artifact her father and Indy found but never cracked the code on. This forces Indy to put back on his fedora, grab his whip, and throw himself back into one last adventure. This adventure has Indy face threats old and new, and has him once again come face to face with some of the most vile and heinous people of all time. This is Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is the fifth film in the Indiana Jones franchise, a franchise that is now over 40 years old. Tell me, how does that make you feel? And let me tell you right now, I am a huge fan of the Indiana Jones films. Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade are iconic movies that are just amazing from beginning to end. And while maybe not as good, Temple of Doom and Kingdom of the Crystal Skull still hold up really well. In some aspects, the visual effects in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull were pretty bad when they came out, actually. But I like a lot of the concepts in that movie. But here we are in 2023 with the fifth and presumably final Indiana Jones film. Once again starring Harrison Ford at the ripe age of 80. And Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is pretty freaking good. I enjoyed so much about this movie. This is everything I would have wanted out of the final Indiana Jones adventure, and honestly, a summer blockbuster as a whole. Quite possibly my favorite thing Disney has made since their purchase of Lucasfilms. I like Rogue One a whole lot, but this one's special. As I mentioned, reprising his role as the iconic action hero Indiana Jones is the equally iconic actor Harrison Ford. And if this is not top 5 character and actor associations, I don't know what is. The film and Harrison Ford's performance definitely leans into the fact that Indiana Jones is a bit on the older side now. But I think that adds so much to his character in this movie and his character arc throughout the movie. The story and the character arc Indiana Jones goes on throughout this movie is just so well done and so emotional, so much more emotional than I initially expected. The world is just changing so fast for Indiana Jones that he doesn't feel like he's needed sometimes. And Harrison Ford knocks it out of the park every time he's on screen. Now, I love Han Solo, probably more than Harrison Ford does, but if you ask me, Harrison Ford is Indiana Jones first, Han Solo second, Red Hulk third. I am actually so excited for that. And those press tours are going to be amazing. And no matter what anyone tries to tell you on the internet, this is an Indiana Jones film through and through. Everything about Indiana Jones in this movie is perfect, and I will not be taking questions. But of course, Indiana Jones is known for his great series of side characters. One genre of them being his trademark indie girl. It's like Bond girl, but indie girl, because Indiana Jones is meant to be Spielberg's James Bond. You get it, right? But I absolutely love the angle Phoebe WallerBridge takes with the indie girl trope, with her being a daughter figure to Indy rather than a love interest. And I think that makes for a great dynamic. This character only adds to Indy's emotional journey about him feeling left behind. But everything about her and Indiana Jones just makes for a good team for a film like this, and I was a big fan. But she just fits the bill for the perfect Indiana Jones girl. And if you're upset that the fifth Indiana Jones film has a strong, capable woman in it, I highly suggest you watch the other films again and realize that that's kind of just how these films are. Not counting Willie, of course. Because, you know why.
My freaking ears!
Yeah. But if you ask me, aside from Indiana Jones, another memorable standout in all the movies were the villains. They almost always had a big, over-the-top, cartoony presence, and I always loved that. Not only do 3 of the 5 films have Nazis as the main antagonist, this film in particular has Mads Mikkelsen as the main antagonist, and he's great. For some reason, the other films Mads has been in under Disney, they never really let him shine as an actor. This film definitely changed that, giving him the opportunity to play a big megalomaniac, and I think he does a great job. Perhaps this movie doesn't explain to us that Nazis are bad, but hey, to that I say, did you miss history class? But my favorite part about this movie is that it doesn't stray too far from what makes Indiana Jones so great. It's just an amazing adventure to go on, and the characters are amazing, the set pieces are amazing. Did I mention that this film looks great? Allegedly, this has a $300 million budget, and first of all, that's insane. I don't think it needed that much, but hey, the film looks amazing. And the opening scene, oh my god, the opening scene is just so good. Indiana Jones movies do not miss with their opening scenes. All 5 movies have amazing opening scenes. It is everything I want out of a fun summer blockbuster adventure film. And I owe so much of that to the director, James Mangold. When I heard James Mangold was taking up director's duty, my expectations skyrocketed, and man, he definitely delivered. The dude has now given us 2 great old man films with this and Logan. The guy's on a roll. The film does lack one aspect that the other 4 films had, and that's a horror side. All of the other Indiana Jones films had something that made my skin crawl as a kid, but this one definitely feels like the more tame of the 5. However, they do tackle Indiana Jones's fear of snakes in a very clever way. I actually really liked that scene. I liked a whole lot about this movie though, But this movie is everything I wanted. A perfect and emotional send-off to one of cinematic history's best characters, a phenomenal performance from Harrison Ford, a great cast of side characters, some amazingly campy and cartoony villains, great action set pieces, and a wonderful adventure with a beautiful conclusion. You may be hesitant to go see the movie for yourself, but just know I liked it, and really, that's all I needed for myself. Story time. When I went to go see this movie, they warned me that the AC in the theater I was going to was broken. And this being a 2.5 hour long film, that was definitely intimidating. The way I saw it, Indiana Jones didn't have any air conditioning, so I feel like that will only add to the immersion. But for some reason, that wasn't the worst part about watching this movie. The worst part is watching the movie and in the back of your mind, imagining each scene as a level from a Lego game. Because man, I would love a new Lego Indiana Jones game with all 5 movies. That would be awesome. I hope you all enjoyed this review, and if you did, please consider hitting that like button, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified when my next review drops. Oh, and by the way, check out the website. Until next time, I'm Quint Dunaway, hoping you will keep it cinematic.